Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. There goes my son, headed to Louisiana. But before he left, he came out here and helped me drag all these poles back so I could get up here and get this old pin pushed down and the privy pulled up. I'll tell you what, with a chain and pulling, that chain snatched that privy right up out the ground. That other root ball that I already pushed to the very back is 4 times as big around as that little old root ball. But that's fine. I think I can push it now, so I'm trying to get finished over here so I can get this fenced in. So I've come up with plans. I've got my 5 long telephone poles that I need to cut the length, build my water tower out here. But the shorter poles, there's 3 here and 1 up here. There's an old pole I've had for years behind that dog pen. So those are going to be 8 foot from the chicken pen out, 4 spots. So there'll be 3 stalls. Eventually, you know, build those stalls so I've got 3 different pens. So if I need to separate a goat or whatever, I can. Basically, whichever dog I end up with, I hope it's Sparky, will be a livestock guardian dog. I don't know. Basically, he'll have his own pen where he can get in there in his first section for his food and his water and shelter when he needs it. And then the next 2 will be for goats, males, females, or a mama goat and the babies and the rest. So that's the idea. There'll be 3 of them there. And that takes care of all the telephone poles I got except for that old one that's laying back there. And I'm sure it can be used somewhere. So you see the barrels I rode way down. They're going to go back and replace the plastic barrels that I've got on the range for training. And bring the plastic barrels up here. Some of those are going to be turned into feed troughs and such. But I'm about to get back on the tractor and try to move this pole out toward the well so that I can get my tractor on this side and start pushing this way. And we'll see what I get done. So I don't know. I'll be back with y'all in a little bit, or if I don't get anything else done worth filming tonight, I'll try to get back on here and finish this video another time for y'all. But the chickens and the turkeys are curious as heck. Now they you know, I can walk behind their run here, and they've all been back here looking and scratching and playing, trying to see if they got new area. But let me see what I can get done. I've still got 1 pretty good sized privy over there. But if I have to, I should be able to hook a chain to it, snatch it out of the ground, and then push it. If not, then it is what it is. But I'll get back with y'all in a little bit and let you see the rest of the progress. I'm hoping before dark, I knocked off early at work today. I'm hoping before dark that I can get this area cleaned up so I can at least think about digging some holes for the post. But I'll get back with y'all in a little bit. All right, guys. Well, a little bit of improvement. Got the old sink parts laid over there. I broke it again, taking it, moving it, but I can still put it back together. And I got a 2x6 back there I got to get up, a piece of OSB. That old cedar tree is coming off that huge one, a limb that's broke off but didn't break completely off. So it's still alive, but it's sticking out on my side of the property. And the fence is pretty close to that. So either way, I've got it cleared all the way up to where the well is. So I got to get the line cleaned up a little bit and hopefully get some holes dug for the corner post and the gate post right here, because I want a gate right here at the corner where it starts from here to here. Just a walk-through gate, the little 4-foot gate probably. I mean the little 3.5 or 4-foot gate I've got over here. You know, it's nothing fancy, of course, but I can attach some wire to it and put it up there. And that way, if I need to get into the goat pen, I won't have to walk all the way around. I can just come straight in right here, and probably going to have water cut off somewhere close to this anyway, because that's where all the water supply is, the well and everything. So it's cleaned, well, cleaned out enough for what I'm doing. The goats eat anything that I miss. Of course, that's going to be a while down the road. The lawnmower chop it up. So you see, I went ahead, that fence was completely broken in there. So I went ahead and just pushed through the fence. And because my fence actually is going to go right on that side of this big tree, on the back side of it, and run down. This stump here was being a little bit too hard to move. It's a couple of different trees in that one root ball. I couldn't quite get it to go. So maybe I can tackle it later. I've still got to tackle all this down through here, but at least I know I can get to it. And, you know, if I have to go in and clean that up another time, I will. It is what it is. So, I know some people are going to give me a hard time about that, but that property, you can tell, hasn't been used in 40 years. So, it is what it is. I just didn't want to push it all the way to the back there. That was a lot. But it's all cleaned up. I got to get this 2x6 or 2x8, whatever it is over there, an old piece of OSB. And I'm going to try to push that cedar tree back in there a little bit further. But that's, you know, a little later down the line. I want to try to push all that privy over, take the bucket and just push it over that direction, and at least clean this side out from it. And it'll never grow back this direction because the goats will eat everything that sticks this way. So it's fine. See how that fence post is right here? If you look, it runs right behind that big old tree, whatever this is, oak, some kind of oak. It's not, it doesn't produce acorns, so I don't know what it is, but my plan, and I know y'all go on, that carpenter bee's mad because I did away with his home. So I'm standing right here at the corner of the chicken run, which will be the corner of the goat pen. I want to trim all the limbs off this tree that stick out over the chicken pen part. I want to leave the rest. There's lots of shade and protection for the animals, you know, but everything that sticks over the pen, I want pruned back. So I got to do it in little bitty pieces, otherwise it'll fall and destroy the chicken pens or whatever. I can't just cut them off and let them fall. But either way, this tree needs some pruning. So that'll probably help it a little bit and make it a little easier for me to clean up. So that's down the road. I've got to get this board up. You see the old T-post there? I had the underground fence. And there's an old T-post standing up there, but that's actually not part of the fence. The fence is past that, but either way, there's some privy here that didn't quite come up. I was dragging the box blade, and as you can see, this cedar tree, if I follow the limbs up, twisting goes back to that big, huge triple or quad, I think it's a triple limb cedar tree. It's way too big for me to even think about taking down. But I do want to take a pole saw and cut as many limbs off this side of it as I can to open up my side some and push all that crap back over the fence line to make it easier on me to maintain my property. If they're never going to use that, then, you know, hey, it can sit back there and die and rot, whatever, I don't care. But I got a lot done, and I think I'm going to call it for the night. I've worked that tractor pretty hard. I've got probably 2 hours worth of work on it, and I know with the rings stuck the way they are, I really need to, it's coming up to where I'm going to have to change that oil again and the filters just to, you know, keep it running right. But that's okay. I'm gonna run it till it acts up, and then I've got enough oil to do it about 4 or 5 times. So that old carpenter bee is just kicked off. He can't find his home. But anyway, I pulled out a few of the landscape timbers posts that were in decent shape. I didn't bother with the rest. I've still got to get the barrels moved, but I think I'm almost ready to start putting fence up. I've got some clearing to do on the line itself, but it'll be all right. I appreciate you guys watching all my videos, all you new subscribers. Thank you very much. I took a break from the gaining the land back video to doing that little chicken pen project of moving the door and fencing it off and separating their run area. And I may end up putting just a legit gate over there to stop them from going back and forth. But for right now, the door's open. They can go in and out of it. And the fence that separates them is open. So either way, you know, I know some of y'all get tired of seeing the same thing on the videos every time. So I kind of changed it up. It gave me a break from being back here working on the tractor every day too. So good for me and hopefully good for you guys. I appreciate it. Y'all remember what I always tell you. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. Let's see if I can roll this big pole away from my fig tree. Woo! It'll be all right. We'll see y'all next time.